Part 3. I was gonna say, ready for the best cream ever. To me, this is my first cream, and this is so good because it's pure rage, it's pure hurt, it's pure negative emotion, but it's not so much I'm enraged. I need to get it out. What are the legendary video clip? Look at this shit. This is amazing. And it's so cool, dude. It's so cool the way you look at the camera. And a lot of people will not understand this dropping water on yourself. If you look at the beginning of the video, he's dropping water on everybody. He's throwing water at everybody. So it's like, I am wet too. We're together in this, you know? Wow. The amount of memories, the amount of time that I listened to this, the amount of feeling that I've been seeing this, you know. Fucking phenomenal song. Couldn't choose. I was hesitating in between this and I wasn't sure if I wanted to listen to this or Paper Cuts. I gotta do 3 songs. 3 songs is too much. We'll keep Paper Cut for another time. On that note, I love you that you guys matter. See you guys soon. Take it easy. Someone will never change this anymore. I have been gone. Control myself. Someone if you can see the dark inside of me. No one will ever change this anymore. I have become a withering. It's nightmare. I can't control myself. So I can't. I'm in love with you, but the world doesn't want me to. I'm not still, I'm in sick, that sounds sick. No one can get good, can't believe the word they say about the person I am today. I'm not in spell, stick instead, at least you know. I'm good and bad, so trace the line of my tattoo. Whisper that you love me too, might as well. My Atlantis, hello. Nikki, come on. Why aren't you working full speed, motherfucker? No frame. It worked. Okay, yeah. It worked. So what if you can see the darkest side of me? No one will ever change it anymore. Why have become a believe it's not the real me. Somebody help me change this animal. This animal. This animal. So what if you can see the darkest side of me? Nobody will ever change this animal. I have become how we believe. It's not the real me. Marcolis. Don't blink, it's your way. Welcome to the show. It's a new vlog and I'm having a wonderful day. We fixed the mirror app. Call me a genius if you will. On the 15th of September, it is evening. I would say let's go inside to the slider. Let's find out the good day. Let's finish it on the balcony. Yes, I have a balcony. When you think about success in life, I'm in a really good mood because we're finally reacting to Nico Avocado. Why did I wait 9 days? I'm a lazy fuck. Okay. I was busy, and I wanted the hype to die down. That way, I could do my reaction in peace without people comparing. Oh, you know what he said? He said he said. It's 9 days later, guys. People have already moved on, but not me. Because if you know the channel, and you should know, please subscribe. Thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate it sincerely. I've been following you guys for years. I've been talking about them for a couple of videos. Yes, by a couple, I do mean 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 14. So we're kind of a fan. We used to be fan. That's pretty much it. That being said, before we start reacting, I waited a bit too long, and now I got spoiled by the 2 steps ahead. It's a bit cringe, but we'll have it. You know what? I'll have it. I'll have it. I'll survive. You know, there's people that are dying of hunger in the world. My biggest struggle right now is listening to a dude say, so I'm pretty freaking lucky. That was offensive. My apologies. You know what I mean? Okay, so before we do a reaction, we have the habits of checking out the comments. You check out 3 because that's a magic number. If you know your numerology, 3 is a pretty good number. He's only 1 step away from becoming a fitness YouTuber. Wow. The word what the heck? Whether it feels awkward in your life, what the fuck is indeed what the fuck. The video will be officially what? Julie has a check mark, the cat writes. This video will be officially history of YouTube. Okay. Without further ado, present to you Panda Head. I'm already complaining, but what is the point of the panda mask? If you were to wear the panda mask forever, for the whole video, so you know there's 2 parts of the video. What I would have done is I would have kept the panda mask on, then I would have taken it off at the end of the video, and I would have did the second part. I already see some clips in the video, so I'm not a virgin when it comes to that. I'm not a virgin when it comes to the color of the camera. And I would have done that, but hey, to each his own. What I actually like about Nick Crowder, hate him or dislike him, dude has made a study of theater. He's been studying theater. He was a violinist before that, so he knows show, he knows spectacle, he knows how to give a show. He's been 5 years on YouTube. Hate him or like him, he did give a show. He made millions for a reason. Dude worked his ass off. Dude worked hard. Dude was entertaining. Dude made his own trademark, his own brand. And dude came up from nothing. If you look at the old video, he's living in Colombia with Orland and he's broke as fuck. So it's a success story that I'm a big fan of. So, yeah. Okay, theatrical as fuck though. I feel like I have to complain. You see the relationship between me and Nick. You see how weird it is. There's a second where I'm complaining. There's a second where saying good job. Because I used to be a big fan of him, and then so after the whole thing so battle, it became like a mood. And I was like, I'm watching. I kind of felt out of love, but I still watched the old video and I still like, yeah, it's a good time. The speech is good. The emotion, the tone of voice, everything about the video is good. However, the Panda Head, it's a bit breaking it for me. So I'm gonna ask my gamer out there. You know when you have a mod that lets you wear any clothes, and you put on the silliest costume you can, and it ruins the costume, right? That's what it feels like. The guy's smart too. A lot of people are saying that he spent 2 years not posting and not filming. So So if you know that Ricardo probably spent most of his 2 years doing something, you're gonna get some food because if you're gonna be reacting to the mukbangers, I might as well mukbang. Luckily, it's already ready. It's as if I planned this shit. Who knows? It's about the constant pausing, right? This is insane. Again, I'm sorry. It feels weird because, like, I know this piece about being a villain, and a part of me felt so bad for Nick Cado because he wasn't always a villain. Part of me felt bad because he was made to be a constant hate, and I do feel bad for the guy, and I do care about the guy because I spent so many hours watching him. No matter the content creator that you watch, if you spend hours watching him, you grow a kinship with a person. A kinship, which is a friendship, a relationship, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? But you were dealing with so much hate, and it made you go insane. You went off the edge. You're coming back. This is your second chance at life. People are gonna say, "Hey, you lost a lot of weight. Maybe what he said is interesting. Pay attention to something else than just hate watching, right?" By doing this, you're self-sabotaging yourself, which I don't understand. That is true though. Like, for example, when I stream, I like to listen to the videos on YouTube. I like to listen to really in the background, right? And even when I'm at work, I listen to a story. When I'm at work, I listen to music, right? Or I listen to podcasts. And there are some times where I do feel like it doesn't really matter what I'm listening to. It doesn't really matter what I'm watching, as long as I'm entertained, right? As long as those hours goes faster. That's what if that's what you mean. The internet made you, Nick. You were a nice guy. Look at if you're looking at his old video, if you're looking at his time, he was a really nice guy. Actually, a really nice guy. He got involved in drama, but that's good. He does the mukbang community. He was a nice guy, dude. Sucks seeing him like that. As a result of social media, right? As a result of toxicity. It's not necessarily toxicity in itself, but it's the reaction to toxicity, how it affects you, how much it changes you, you know? It's a bit of a narcissistic speech. It's a bit of a delusion of grandeur. But at the same time, you cannot fault Nick. You cannot be mad at Nick for saying that because you've been waiting for Nick to video for 2 years, you know? What if he said, okay, I lost 245 pounds. I can go back. And he said, I said, 250, 250. So filming this video is almost a climax for him. It's sad because it's actually sad because his response is the human response is social response is actually quite normal when he's dealt with a situation. You got two choices, flight or fight. And Nick was one of those people that chose to fight. And now he feels like he needs to fight again. The people completely forgot about him, you know? Nick Cado didn't have, in the last couple of months, in the last half a year, didn't have the same meaning, didn't have the same relevancy than it did at one point, you know? It sucks because it feels very rehearsed, and I don't know if my main issue with that is I am overweight. As a person, I am overweight, and if I had the, it's a question of being able to your reach. So if you say something and 1,000 people listen, you have this reach. Say something and 1,000,000 people react, you have this other reach, right? So by losing all this weight, it would have been such a positive moment. It could have been something that could be so positive for a community, for YouTube in itself. But then you're talking about a person that was made fun of, that suffered so much. That doesn't feel like they owe people something. So they're coming in at it. I feel like my problem with this video is more so I want to be happy for Nick. I want to be proud of Nick. I want to be like, this guy's a fucking amazing person. He's a genius because he showed the internet. At the same time, I'm looking at this, I'm being called the end, and I'm like, bro, you did something amazing. Please enjoy the fact. Please be content. I know your time on YouTube wasn't easy, but you lost 250 pounds. How many people? No. How many people do you know? No. How many people have you heard of that lost 250 pounds? Honestly. Nick. He said he did. What's the amount he lost? I don't know. He said he did. And in 2 years, which is nonsensical. It sucks. It's a response. It's not him, it's a response. I'm sorry if I'm pausing a lot. Yes. By his logic, I'm sorry, I'm also filming the moon, which is beautiful. By his logic, he was 2 steps ahead because nobody saw his return coming. Nobody saw that he was losing weight. Nobody knew that he had this plan, right? But at the same time, if nobody cares about, how can I say this? There's a person who invented, I don't know. There's a person that invented a new swimsuit that is gonna be bringing up this. There's a person that invented this new swimsuit that will make you swim faster, right? There's a person that invented this mask that will make you be able to breathe underwater. I don't swim a lot, and because I don't swim a lot, I'm not paying attention to it. So yes, the Kakadu did fool the internet, but did people give a shit? Did the majority of people give a shit about him for 2 years? Or did they stop giving a shit about a year and a half? Honestly, for me, the thing is, I was watching a lot of Nico Cados. It was on my FYP a lot. The thing is, for me, I wouldn't go to look for Nico Cados. It would come on my FYP. And the amount of videos that guy filmed is crazy. But then I stopped seeing him on my FYP. Did I actually go and research Nick? No, I was a fan, you know? So imagine somebody that doesn't know and that is not a fan of. It's weird. Possibly Mr. Noodle is, if it's a parrot live a shit ton of years, so it could be Mr. Noodle. If you look at his old content, you see, that's my problem. This whole thing was negative. There wasn't an ounce of positivity. There wasn't an ounce of I'm trying to make the world a better place, right? And again, I do repeat myself, but that I was gonna be sneezing. It's a response to the abuse, to the hate he received, but at the same time, What was that purpose? What was the purpose of that video? There's none. There's none. There's none. And the thing is, a lot of people will see this, will see the mukbang, and will just give up. Will just change videos. So, guarantee that if he didn't put that speech in the beginning, nobody would have checked that speech. If they saw him, well, if they saw him skinny, maybe, but to watch the whole video just to see the speech, no. Oh, my apologies. My apologies. It's nice to see him back at the apartment. It's nice to see him back at Mr. Lugo. It's nice to see him go back to the person he was in the beginning, because that person was entertaining. There's video of him an hour long that I watched over and over again. He did this video on Veronica Wang, which is 3 hours. He did a video on Daniel Khan, which is 2 hours. And I've watched this multiple times, and it was enjoyable the whole time. It was beginning ink, and it was beginning Nick. It's a human being. It is a human being. You see him, and you can't help but be seeing a human. You can see somebody on YouTube, and you see the content. You don't like the content, but it's still a human, you know, with their own interests, their own universe, their own problem, their own family, their own entourage, their own place in society. We're all in this together. We're all in society together. You may not like a person, but it doesn't change anything. I put it at 125 because it's going to be too long. That's sweet. I like this. This is the most wholesome. That's nice. He's back to him. Yo, that's good. That's good to see. That's endearing because I know that guy. Box on the table, dude. What's up? This is the essence of mukbang. It's more about the time that you have. It's more about the ambiance. It's more about eating with somebody. It's more about being part of a table. Think back at your family meals. Your family meals, you were talking. Those were fun, you know? That's a mukbang. Oh my god, I fucked up. So if I knew that was gonna be a mukbang, I would not react to it. But hey, see, I don't know. Mukbang to me, maybe I watched too many of them, but I kind of lost interest. I don't, I'm not saying that it's a, I'm not saying it's a bad genre of videos. I'm not saying I do mukbang too. I'm just saying maybe I've watched Nico Kaido for too long. Maybe I'm seeing him, and if I'm being honest, and that's not against Nick, this is my personal opinion. I feel a bit uncomfortable because there's clearly abuse, and you never really heal from that abuse. You never really heal from that hate. So you're like, is he okay? Is he not okay? There's a moment where he seems okay, then there's a moment where he doesn't seem okay. The two steps ahead, that's the beginning of the video. I did a video about, I want to say like a year and a half ago, where he talked about this, the original version, right? And he did the same thing. He did a very concerning speech, did a really bad speech in the beginning, and then he did a normal video. It feels weird, right? It does feel weird because, and again, it's the difference between between the beginning, which is very intense, and now that it's just chill, and your pulse is going higher. You're in a situation where you're in response. Okay, well, what's going on? It's drama. I'm interested, and you see a very chill mop, and you're like, what just happened? You know? And it feels weird watching this. I'm not into it. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to react to the video, and I want to react to the video, but if if I make myself watch a video that I'm not interested in, I'll make myself suffer, and the quality of the content will be lower, making you guys suffer. So we're gonna skip a bit. It's not against him. And I feel bad about skipping the video. I would watch the whole thing. I feel like being disrespectful. I can't do this in private, skip a video. But in public it does feel disrespectful, which is again a double standard, which is weird. But Nico Kaido, it's the feeling also. It's just so weird. I had this guy, Nico Kaido, literally we had this guy who literally goes up and down and up and down, and then you're watching him and you're so uncertain, and then you see this, and the video in itself, not that it's bad, the video, the problem is it's like this, it's in the middle. So this is really happy Nico Kaido, this is really sad Nico Kaido in the middle, and you're like, perfect balance doesn't exist, a perfect middle doesn't exist. So it's supposed to go in one way. You kind of want him to go in a happy way, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. You cannot do drama for so long. Imagine, right? Imagine, okay, put it like this. Imagine your favorite content creator. Imagine Markiplier, right? Everybody loves Markiplier, right? And Markiplier decides to do a video on, no, you know what? I'll get a better example. Let's take Henry Cavill, Mr. Superman. Amazing artist, amazing actor, quite successful, and then you hear and you learn he's a nerd, and there's people that are nerding like, oh shit, he's one of us, and for most people like, eh. And I feel like that with Ricardo Cado. I feel like if I'm being that's tough to say. If I'm being completely honest, I was watching him more in the mukbang. I listened to another mukbanger, and it's Tiffany So. Tiffany So was more for the story than the mukbang eating. So seeing this Nico Kaido is just weird, and I'm uncomfortable with it. I'm really uncomfortable, to be honest. I really feel bad now. I skipped the whole video. It's just, and I'm gonna sound like a fucking asshole, but it's just that he has so much substance, he had so much story, he had so much verbiage, he had so much, even the drama thing was insane, it was good. This fight with Orlin was entertaining, and I don't want him to fight also, but at the same time, and Nick Cado started out as, I feel bad saying this, as a cheeseburger. Good, very good. Then you get to know him more and you get to see the really good content. It's becoming a double cheeseburger, right? Which is great too. And then you're seeing the drama and you see his peak with fighting with Orlin. Like, oh, that's a freaking big match. And then you see the peak where he's absolutely being serious, he's entertaining. You get to watch him and it's really fun. And that's a trio. And then you're back to the cheeseburger, which is now. And like the cheeseburger was really good and I did like it, but you can't give me something and take it out and say, you know what, change my mind, you're only getting one scoop of ice cream. So a good video, the speech in the beginning with no importance, lacking a bit of substance, and it's kind of my fault too. If I'm being completely honest, it's kind of my fault too because I'm not used to making reactions. When I'm doing reaction, it's gonna be about songs, it's gonna be about a video. It's mostly about songs, right? Where there's a lot going on. And even then, when I listen to music, when I listen to videos, I always, not the music, sorry, the video. Personally, I always put them at 2 times the speed. So, always hyper-stimulated. So when I do see that, I'm like, ugh. And I feel bad because Nick Cado trying to do something good here. The front of the video is a fucking asshole, but now, trying to be good, trying to make some wholesome content with his bird, which is the Nick Cado that was the birth of Nick Cado. I'm also afraid. I'm also very afraid. I'm afraid because I'm seeing those videos and I have this question in the back of my mind. The question is, for how long? How long before people start attacking him again? How long before people start being an asshole with him again? I mentioned this in the video before. It was a very toxic place, and it was a very toxic place with Nick Cado, and I saw that. And it was like a car crash. Right? And you're on the road again. You know it's gonna be another car crash. The first time it happened, you couldn't stop watching. You never want a car crash to happen. Never want people crashing to each other. That felt like an accident waiting to happen, and it's uncomfortable. Anywho, I'll let you guys like the video. Sorry about the weird video. This is the reality when you don't edit your content. This is the reality when you don't watch the video before. This is the reality when you're reacting to mystery videos. And this is the reality where you're too involved in the subject, like Nick Cado. If I was the person that only saw a couple of videos of him, I wouldn't care about him. And if I didn't care about him, my reaction would be different. Sorry about that. And that's it for us.